Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight for 23 ABC News at 6. I'm Jessica Harrington. Tonight's top stories. An assisted living home has created a project to let their families know they're doing okay and making it in Kern County during the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. We take a look at how the residents are connecting with their families through social media. And uniting to feed hundreds, how a local restaurant is partnering with a medical group and a charity to help feed those in need during the coronavirus crisis. Allison?
Temperatures remain in the 80s here in Bakersfield tomorrow, but we have a big change as we head into your Friday. More details on your full forecast when 23 ABC News at 6 starts right now.
Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News at 6 starts now.
Good evening. Tonight we begin with a look at the latest local numbers on the COVID-19 pandemic. Kern County Public Health reporting positive cases are growing, but not too rapidly compared to other areas. And in a truly good sign, there are actually more tests coming back with a negative result. Public Health is reporting there are 562 cases total, with 553 residents and 9 non-residents testing positive. However, officials are also saying 93 more tests have come back negative, with that total at now at nearly 4,100. Nearly 7,800 tests have been given and more than 3,100 are still pending. Nearly 78, I should say that there are 278 cases from Bakersfield East, 179 cases from Bakersfield West, 66 in the Valley region, and 15 in both the mountain and desert areas. For the latest news on the coronavirus cases in Kern County, just head to our website, turn223.com. Tomorrow, Houchin Community Blood Bank will start collecting plasma from COVID-19 survivors who have fully recovered and offered to hospitals to aid in the treatment of severely ill coronavirus patients. As the blood bank COO told us today, the plasma will be collected in a separate area just to make those who come in to regularly donate more comfortable, even though former COVID-19 patients are technically no longer infectious.
Basically carrying an antibody that's inside that is going to be very useful for the patients, but some people may not really understand that concept, and by seeing a donor in the donor room may give them the wrong message that they might be infectious. So we just decided to remove that as a possibility so that the public will be more confident. Even though we are, I just think that the public, with lack of information about this pandemic, this would offer a little bit more assurance to our community, I believe.
The blood bank will be collecting convalescent plasma in an experimental treatment approved by the Food and Drug Administration for use on an emergency basis. Houchin officials said people who recover from coronavirus develop antibodies to the virus that stay in their plasma. The blood bank says transfusing that plasma to a person fighting the virus can boost the person's immune system and potentially help in recovery. Donors have to meet all the regular criteria to give blood. They also have to pass additional FDA screening procedures. Any recipient of the plasma will also have to meet FDA criteria. Patients who have fully recovered from COVID-19 and want to donate can call 616-2575 for more information and to set up an appointment. Many families across Kern County are trying to make ends meet with so many jobs lost during this COVID-19 pandemic. In a story of hope, 23 ABC's Imani Stevens joins us live to share how 3 Bakersfield companies are making an impact by providing thousands of meals to the homeless. Imani?
Jess, in a time such as this one where businesses are temporarily closing, students are no longer physically going to school, and non-essential employees are either being laid off or furloughed, a partnership will produce 35,000 meals benefiting those who need it the most right now.
It's like Thanksgiving coming early.
Food, a necessity that many families in Kern County are struggling to buy as they make ends meet during this pandemic.
We've been shut down due to the coronavirus. We were feeding 3 days a week. All that pretty much has stopped. There's really a big need in the streets. The homeless are really suffering. They say the rations are very thin in the street.
Now, a partnership between Dignity Health, Sonder, and Operation Barbecue. A win-win situation was created.
In a day's notice, everyone was on board and everyone was starting to figure this out.
Keeping the employees of Sonder working while helping others during this pandemic.
Every parent tells me their kids are eating them out of house and home.
A total of 35,000 meals over 14 days will benefit the mission at Kern County, Bakersfield Homeless Center, City Serve, and Children's First.
There's a lot of food insecurity in our community right now. So this is a great opportunity to keep serving the less fortunate, not just at the mission, but surrounding.
Wednesday, 350 meals were brought to the House of Ruth Outreach Ministry in Old Town Kern. A hot meal ready for families to eat.
What we're doing today is really going to bless a lot of families, grandmothers, kids are going to be able to eat. People who's living in the streets, they're going to be able to eat. The ones who's really struggling and suffering, because a lot of people don't want to step up to the plate and deal with this particular group during this time. And so I really appreciate the restaurants stepping up and doing their part.
Bringing together elected government officials, local businesses, and nonprofits, all together to help those in need. And everyone involved in this partnership says this is truly a blessing for our community. And again, the meals will span over the next 14 days. Reporting in Northwest Bakersfield, I'm Imani Stevens, 23 ABC News, connecting you.
The COVID-19 pandemic has kept all of us from loved ones, but one set of Kern County residents are making the most of it. So if you need a good smile or a good laugh, then you'll want to see this next story. 23 ABC's Alex Bell shares how a local assisted living home got creative to let their families know they're doing okay and making it during this pandemic. Alex?
Yes, staying connected is something we are all trying to do right now while staying home and practicing safe social distancing. And one local assisted living home here in Bakersfield had to stop all visitations, so they decided to take to Facebook to share some heartwarming photos and personal messages.
In videos taken by the Point at Summit Hills, a retirement and assisted living home, you can feel the connection that some residents have with the staff, like Dan, who sat to speak with his activity coordinator named Isel.
The people that are here are the reason I got this shirt.
What does your shirt say?
People who tolerate me on a daily basis, they're the real heroes.
With COVID-19 having a greater impact on those 65 and older or in long-term care facilities, Executive Director Benny Ferrales said him and his team began thinking of a project to let families know their loved ones were okay.
How can we put some kind of, put that feeling into their family that, yeah, we're all going through this, but they're okay right now.
So they decided to take pictures with messages on them. Benny says his staff sat with each resident and talked about how they were feeling. He said this project served two purposes. The first was so his team could check in on residents to see how they were handling the new changes. And the second was finding a creative and personal way to tell their families they were okay. Benny said this project was a stepping stone to help those who possibly felt concerned or anxious with the new changes.
For those, who were concerned, for those who weren't doing very well with the change, that we were going to go in and make sure that our presence was felt and that we were helping them adjust. And it turned out overwhelmingly that everybody was okay.
And as for keeping them healthy, protocols were already in place for flu season. Guidelines very similar to combating COVID-19, but with new changes like wearing masks and the hardest part, no visitation or communal activities. Ferrales says he wasn't sure how his residents would feel.
The big one was taking bingo away. I thought there was going to be a mutiny.
Although bingo is gone for now, residents still have multiple visits daily from their care staff and activity coordinators, among others. Eula says she doesn't mind the visits.
I don't want to be all by myself all the time. I'm not real good company.
And Frank has a message for everyone.
I want people to stay at home and keep healthy,
so we can all flatten the curve together.
Now, Benny did tell me that he is working on a plan so families can come visit residents here through the glass, but there are some residents that live on the second story, so of course he wants them to be able to do that safely. And he said so far there have been no riots over bingo yet. Reporting in Bakersfield, I'm Alex Bell for 23 ABC News, connecting you.
Love that story, Alex. Looks like they're doing better in there than we're doing out here. And of course, we want you to tell us how you are making it during these times. Are you watching movies, doing activities with your kids? Email us your videos to news@kero.com and send your pictures to our 23ABC Facebook page. And you may see some of them right here on 23ABC for our Making It segment. All right, let's turn now and bring in 23ABC's meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at our forecast. Today maybe was a great day to go out for a walk or, I don't know, play some backyard baseball. It was beautiful outside.
Yeah, it really was, Jess. We were seeing those clear blue skies across Kern County and temperatures definitely warmer than average for this time of year. And it will be a nice evening to get out if you want to go on that run or walk the dog. Again, practicing those social distancing tools. But as we head into the afternoon, we had a high of 80 degrees today. That was 5 degrees above average for this time of year. And actually, the last day that we have seen temperatures in the 80s was back in the first week of March. So it's definitely been a while. As for those temperatures, up from what we were feeling this time yesterday across Kern County, but some of the warmest temperatures were in the Kern County desert. That's all thanks to high pressure that's dominating over the region, but we are tracking rain on the way. So far this month, more than 2.5 inches, and we are above normal for this time of year in that rainfall category. And like I said, could be seeing a few more hundredths up to 1/10 of an inch here in Bakersfield as we head into your Friday. I have more details on what this next storm system means for temperatures as we head into the weekend coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Allison, thanks. New details tonight for those who may be concerned about how they can renew an expiring driver's license while local DMV branches remain closed to the public due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Licenses for drivers younger than 70, which expire between March and May, those are now valid through May 31st. All commercial driver's license endorsements and certificates expiring between March and June are now valid through June 30th. The extension does not include medical certificates for commercial drivers, which requires additional administrative actions scheduled in the near future. Californians with a suspended license are not eligible. Extensions don't require any action on the part of drivers. Well, some sad news tonight for those who run in Kern County. The 5th annual Bakersfield Marathon, originally scheduled for November, has been postponed to 2021 because of the COVID-19 pandemic. According to the Active Bakersfield Alliance, the decision was made out of abundance of caution for the current pandemic. The race is now scheduled for November 14th, 2021. For those who have already registered for the 2020 race, your entry will be automatically transferred to 2021. For those wanting a refund, we have the email address where you can make that request on our website at turnto23.com. The Active Bakersfield Alliance asks that 2020 refunds be requested prior to June 1st.